Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Here we are. I pre-did these guys already. We're onto the legs. Let me show you the body. That's coming out. Everything came out all right on this. And like I said, we're just gonna have that go up and magnetize. It actually fits in there pretty tight as well, so that's another plus. You could almost just leave that because to pull down it wedges even, you know. You'd think it would like loosen up, but it really holds in, so you gotta kind of, I don't know. Oh, the battery pack's flopping around in there, so I don't know what's holding it, but it's got a pretty good hold in there. Unless there's a lip that goes over something. Oh, there is that there. So that gives us some extra holding power even just without that on there. And we're going to have to get in there and I think I'm just going to Velcro. But I think once we get some magnets on there, that'll really sit in there nice. But really? He came sliding out and knocked the door open. It's almost fights you to get it in there because it's so tight. You gotta kind of pull the sides out. And then once you get it up, it won't come down, up or down. So you gotta kind of pull it out and then pull it off. So that's great. It's a great way to access and hide stuff inside there, and if you need a switch or. But I got one of those 9-volt battery packs that has a switch right on it, so that's great. Yeah. So I went and pre-did the legs. Just something felt sticky on there. I didn't put these pistons in because I'm going to want to paint the one part silver. And you can still do it because they're quite flexible. I might enclose these hollow bottoms too. And it would be nice to get the detail that's on there. I think there's like a couple circles for detail and maybe a couple that lines that come out to where these toes come. But I think I'm going to have one kind of up. Kind of doing that, and I just would like to close that, even if it's just that one. At least if it's closed, it looks a little better than it being open. But we got to do this, and I figured I'd hold off on that until we filmed it. We got some serious webbing here we got to take care of. Let's get these parts off. I just kind of skipped this and put those together because I just wanted to put them together, and it's just going to be a repeat. You know, you do one and then you just multiply it by 3. So, and there wasn't terrible cleanup on them. I mean, the thing is, Revell, they really have big sprue attachments, so you do have to clean that. That's one thing I'm finding about that, and I kind of remember that from their other kits that I have of them. I hope the Mandalorian and the Boba Fett one isn't so bad, but probably so. But I don't know. They're quite new tooling, so they might be a little better. But yeah, there's some serious webbing there. So, and even in the insides where those are supposed to squish. So we really got to get it out inside these because they're kind of snap-ons. But let's clean off some of the. I usually like to do this beforehand before we start filming, so everybody knows how to clean them. Now these flashing here, sometimes it will want to snap right off on its own. Usually you can just take a nice sharp blade and it'll cut right off. Big sprue. Like, yeah, these sprue attachments are huge, especially compared to like a company like Bandai that really prides in having such a low footprint on the part. Those got to come out so these can squish together. There we go. Now we're open. And the nice thing about Star Wars stuff is you don't always overly have to clean stuff up. My Falcon, I left all the like mold release points where it pops the part out because it's on theirs. They didn't take no time to get rid of gates, mold releases, seams. You know, they probably got rid of any, like, on the kit bashing stuff, they got rid of probably all the sprue parts like this. But seams and gates and mold releases and all that stuff are on them. So you can kind of, you know, like the one gentleman said, he has a video, I can't think of his name. He was part owner of Master Replicas. He's like, you can kind of go how you want. If you want it accurate, you leave them on there. And he goes, and that's a great thing, you know, to have accuracy be an easier way to get the part. Oh, let's see, boy, they put that one in a bad spot. They could have came in just a little more, and I think it would have held that part on there just as nice. It's right on that, it's on a round part and right where it stops, where a leg's gonna fit. Alright, I think we got most of the flashing. These smaller ones didn't really have any flashing. We got just to clean up the sprues, where the sprues were. There's a little flashing here. Gotta make sure we check those inside parts. But I want to get a lot of the sprue parts cleaned, so at least I'm starting from a good spot. And then when we have to clean up the actual seam, we don't have a sprue bump in the way. I'm trying to remember where the sprue attached on this side. And don't worry, I pre-cleaned those up. All these parts. We're gonna build a leg, so I can show you how a leg goes together. I do it in assembly line fashion. I'll clean everything all at once. Get it all out, clean it all up. That way when I get the glue and I can just focus on that. So we start with the big one or the small one? The small one we need, both of them we need. So good, I can get rid of this sprue. I'm going to keep these. This is a great sprue from this kit. I have two Enterprise Ds that I'm going to build in the future here. One's the Asian version, the exact same kits, just packaged under, what did they call it in the company? Platts, which must be their Asian area distribution and marketing for AMT. And then I have the normal AMT labeled box, and they're the exact same ship. But that Enterprise D, you're able to have the saucer section separated, and even the captain's yacht. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one with the it completely together. That way it has one power source. Looks like it was on the TV show. And then the other one I'm going to have the saucer section separated. We're going to have the main engineering hall, or the back, and then the saucer here. And then this one will now be, the main engineering hall will now be controlled by the battle bridge. What's the board ship look like? A bunch of sprues. And I think that's how they made it on the TV show. It's got a bunch of sprues and did this. And then you can kind of make little cavity holes, which I'll do, and then have some green lights doing some stuff or behind it. But yeah, I believe they just use sprues, and you just get rid of the number tags and stuff. Or you can even have them upside down, and they can look like things. I think I might trim most of the number tags off. I'll have to see. But yeah, you just lay a bunch of sprues. You want to probably, I'll have to look at pictures. You're probably going to want to keep everything doing this. You can just have it at different, and if you got different size sprues, but this might give me a good foundation on the border of it, because these are big. So I've been collecting the sprues for that base, and I'll have that setting up, have the saucer like kind of taken away, and this one maybe getting ready to turn around and go back. But have it sitting over to a board looking thing with lights. I think that would be cool. And this kit gave me a lot of good sprues. Clean up these ends where the sprue attached. Yeah, and the other one I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the base. Modify what it came with. They do give you stands so you can have it separate too. But I think the one that's over the board, I'm just going to have rods coming up to it, and then I might utilize the stand. I don't remember what they gave you for a stand. Alright, so the little one gets this one, because that faces forward. And you see that from the belly underneath. So that must go in here somewhere. So, it's nothing to it but to do it. And this regular Tamiya cement on a brush has been working great. And I bought this for a reason, so I don't spill it. This was a neat little 3D printed thing, and someone was smart enough to have it hold all 3 different Tamiya bottles. Great. Pretty ingenious. But this one's nice because you can just wipe it right over these pegs. And then what I've been doing, do we have to get... Yeah, they want you to put this in first. Maybe I'll tack it in with this quick. Because the light green cap is the quick set. That really sets up really quick. Even more than that, and this one sets up pretty quick. Oh, and we have a notch system happening here. So we're gonna have to do this quick because there's some reason there's a notch on this disc that I hope I have correct, and I do. Oh. Alright, I have them in the right spot, right? No, I don't. Nope. So let's do this right. You go in there so it sets in a little further. And I need to go in there and clean up a little bit. Nothing major, but like I said, you won't see it anyway. Alright, yeah, so that's why that's like that. And again, let's use this. Helps to look at the instructions, Kevin. And Probably should give these one more little healthy. There we go. There we go. Probably should get a decent clamp on that. It should be good. Oh, of course you got that big thing there. So I might have to go with two. And retouch up any areas that concern me, but I think that's good. And again, I'm going to go and lightly clean up those seams, especially where, like, this part of this round part's sticking a little more, just a hair that way when it meets the other. You know, the details that are going around aren't 100% perfect. And I usually just take my file and go like that, and it helps blend those in. But we'll let that cure, and we can move right. And I don't need all these on here. I think these guys set up. Yep. But yeah, we got a lot of, especially on these, clean up. All right, let's try this one. And let's not screw up on this one. We got the same situation. We get a part that keys in. And then we can use this again for the pegs, for locating and gluing pins. And I like when they snap like that. Yeah, we got it there. I think it's just the way they molded it. They didn't mold that inside ring all the way, and that's kind of lame because I don't think that's supposed to be there. I think you're supposed to see that. See it on theirs. But I don't know if I like it on mine because that's going to be visible from the front. But this one here fit way tighter together. I mean, like, really nice. I won't even probably even have to clamp it. I might just let her alone. Couple in there so it can, but yeah, that one's fitting pretty good. Actually, it's fitting really good. Did we hit everywhere? I think so. Alright, that's that one. Now we can move to the feet. We'll let them set aside. Now we can move to the feet. Now, how they want you to do this is they start with these two pieces. And, you know, I really should have looked. I got that one pretty right, because they got these little blumpsy things here. I got that looking pretty good, so those are on the outside. And I should have looked. Yep, I got lucky on that one too. And this one. Wow. Where the worst part is going to be on the inside, where this piston is. This hydraulics on the inside of their feet. And I did get those out there a little nicer. Because they're supposed to be a bump. But on this side it's an indent. But they'll fill up with a wash and still come up with the same idea. But here, this one's ugly. We're going to have to fill that with something. And I think I saw another one that's ugly. That one. So we're going to want to keep an eye on that, and I'm going to keep going with the, where that's this way. And this is really easy. This cap comes down on top. So let me just do that. Give it a good press. Or you could press it on like I did before, and you can hit them from back here too. And that one pressed on really good. Alright, then the next thing is these little lower ankle parts go together. Got to make sure this nipple's on the same side where this hole is, because that's where the hydraulic goes. We'll go down between those two, so you got to make sure that's the way that is. And again, we'll I was doing this, get this one in this track. And this one you kind of just line the lower end of that one and then squeeze. And then to make sure it's all going to hold. All I need is one on these. There. But what else I'm trying to get into is down here. Make sure I get some. Come on, fall down. I'll do one of those and do a smaller one down here. Alright, there's that section of the foot. Last time you guys stayed. Do that. Now we got the next part of the leg. Like I said, it's all cleaned up, so this makes it so much nicer. Now these holes go up on that end, and I guess you would, I don't know if you could mess this up. These are deeper, so it's going to be for those longer ones. And you can look at the detail on the outside too. Oh, that one fit nice. A little bit of opening here, but that's because there's nothing up there to grab. Oh, that helped it. I do like this quick set to tack things quickly. It's almost like a plastic bonding super glue. And then where it's actually gapping, get that to hold on. Where it's actually gapping, well, I use the regular extra thin. Because it'll actually fill what we can't get closed, but we should be able to get this pretty well closed. And then I'm going to hit a little bit in here. There's a rim, and that should pull all that together. And now I was using this little one to squeeze that together, and then let me grab another heavier one, squeeze this part together. we go. Take the rest off here because then I'll know that these three are done. And that's basically it for, is that all the legs or is that just for that part? Where are we at? Just tighten them up so I'm not breathing them. We did all that. We did all, oh, we're just snapping the leg parts together. That was the last stage right there that we did. To 28, so 29 is actually, then we got to get these little pegs. So do we need all these? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 2 joints. There's the 4. Oh, and then, okay, because we got another section of legs. These here, they can snap it. So I only need 4 of them right now. God bless you, Jack. He's got allergies. Really bad. Yeah, you got bad allergies. Kind of like me. I guess we need to make these pretty nice. So we're not going to be able to get to these. And I'm going to hide most of that seam right there. There we go. Alright, so what are they saying? We're just going to attach these to those. So we got to see how they... That's D. Let's start off with A. A is having the piston that way. Excuse me. And that little bump is towards, if we have it this way, it's that way. So we're going to call this A. So this one attaches that way. And then you got those little bumps to position it. But do we have to position it now or can we do it later? That is the question. So it looks like these come from this way. And this is probably going to be a fun press. Even just to get it through that part. These can't be right. You're going to get that little bump. And then once it goes through, how does it get attached to that one? Oh, because it sits in a little bit, I guess. Yeah, on that side. Yeah, because that's the only way it can... Alright. This is going to be one hell of a... Maybe I'll try to get it through this one first. I'll make sure you... Yeah, boy. There it goes. And you got it just enough. Make sure it's clean in there. Yep, just enough. There it goes. Oh, you can kind of pose them and then I guess pop it back in. So we're not going to want to do that too much. But what you can kind of do that, and then you have to do that again. Very, very interesting. Okay, there's one. Okay, that's considered A. B is the, and I think that's that one. So the dot is always the side where the piston is. Alright, and I have that right. That dot is on the side where the piston is. As long as you really remember that, should be good. Oops, I'm going to go like that. So there's the dot and there's the piston. But like I said, we got to get it into this first. Seems like go to this one first. Then this one. There we go. I don't know if they're supposed to be any special way. I want to try to keep them. It doesn't matter. At least according to their picture, it's all over the place. Alright, we can actually put these onto the bottom of the vehicle. And that's it for the build. I mean, the head took the longest. So that'll be 100% it for the build. Try to make this quick. I should really get, well, I don't want to use my good nippers on this robust sprue plastic. I need to sharpen these. And now we're working. Here we got another big monster sprue. I'll probably cut this part out if I use this for the board and just make it two smaller. But once you throw them all together, I think that's going to be the key. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this obstruction because I need to clean up these pins. There we go. And then we got to do clean up on these. That's not bad. Right, these, believe it or not, it's easier to get rid of that stuff on the round. These came off pretty nice. everything clanging around. I'm going to take that part off. I'm going to pause for a moment while I clean these up. Alright, we're back. I think what they're saying, and then they give you clips. Oh, they even clip on too. Are they saying not to glue that? No, they're just the other parts. Okay, so those didn't have it, but these really do. That's because the flashing was really bad. And since we're probably going to see those little parts. From the outside of the vehicle. At least clean that up. Okay. I'm wondering if I should put these on first. And how's it go? Alright, so this is sitting like that on my instructions. And it's taking the two big ones. These. Or they're all the same. Yeah, they're all the same. So but what it's doing is they got this bumpy side inside and that bumpy side outside. So according to this, they're... Oh, and there's the little clickers. So these are a little easier to bend. Okay, so that's how those are going to go. Like that. And then this. Will eventually go in there and clip. I don't foresee any reason for me to pull them off. I don't know. Do I just let them clip in? Because they got these little snaps. Do I just let them snap in case I do need, for some reason, to pop that apart? But I don't think so, so I'm gluing it. I do not foresee. Any advantage of me not gluing them on there. This is quite a structural piece here. They're down all the way, and I should clip. There it goes. Beautiful. Here we can. I gotta attach that soon because that bouncing around there is gonna drive me crazy. There we go. I think that clip just gives it some added strength. Those were a little off. I don't think you'll see them, but just to make sure the legs fit in there all nice. Yeah, probably should have done that. Well, I had you apart. Oh, I should have done this. That's pretty, well, right now it's pretty easy to get to. And I'll throw some putty in there and we'll clean that up. But I'm sure this is going to be the same way. There we go. Because that's the front of it. There we go. And we'll do the same thing. Let's get a little... Probably could hit a little bit in here too, I would think. And here at least they keyed it. One peg's bigger than the other, so you make sure you put it the right way. Because you might want to put this one where these are. But in actual reality, there's something on there. Oh, you're going to be stiffer, but that's because they're closer together. Ah, yeah. Joy. Snap in? It need to stay in there. I can't. I'm going to have to move these legs out of the way to see. That side's in there. Yeah, it's in there. A little tighter. I think I am. I can get it from this side. Just to give it a little more strength. We gotta move those legs. Some glue down there. Clunk, clunk. Or I could stick a rag in there to... There we go. There she is, walking on wee little legs. That's funny. You know, now that she's getting all together, it's really... Gotta be careful, because it's yanking on that cable, that wire. We gotta get some Velcro in there or something. Or do I have a rag? I can just shove all up in there. I don't know if that's going to help. I think I'm going to need two. Stuff all these rags in here. This one's still wet from the plastic putty. At least these two. That might help move this around. Well, boy, it's going to be fun getting a wash in there. Mainly cleaning it out. Almost should have done a wash before I attach these legs on it. Alright, and that's pretty much what's left. It's the last part of the legs. And again, now we got to make sure everybody's doing what. So we got to look and see how they want it. Okay, so with the center dots, one side's going to be on the one side and one... And that might be just the way it's going to fall anyway. So like say if we put these on this side, it should have that dot going the same way. So we wouldn't want to put this one on that side. And we wouldn't want to put that one on that side. Because according to their picture, the dot is facing the same direction. Which then would make, alright, so if you're on this side with that dot, it looks like they're saying, oh, they want it towards the side of the head. So these would be its left or right side since we're upside down. So these should, this dot should be towards the neck. And I think that will make these the same way then. Because there's the piston part. And that would make these towards the front too. But these are on this side. So, how do these pegs go in? All from the outside. So you are these two first. We don't need the clamps. Careful, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. I'm doing Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. I actually had to cut it in 3 parts. There's the tip. And then, because I didn't have a drill bit long enough, and then they made this so it already does that, so I just drilled through all those, but I had to cut it apart to drill it, because I'm going to put this little filament LED in there, and that's going to glow it really nice on that old collector's edition. Alright, so if we tip a collector's edition Star Wars thing, make sure that piston, always make sure those pistons are in the inside. And you're going to just go there. And is that it? No. I don't think so. It's trying to come through. It's not doing the same as the others. And you're not sitting in there very well either. There might be something up with these legs. Where is it? I think we just gotta clean. Oh, that's a little bit that way. So even they're molding them to alignments out. It's like that's got to shift that way, but it's all, I mean, this is the one that's really out, but that's, this part's pegged together. So their mold must have got like way off or something. I can't do the outer one, I gotta do this inner one. Might have been why this piece had so much flashing compared to the others, because it was off in the cast. See if that fixed it. That did. It was just, it's better. We gotta go a little more. It's definitely gotten better. Yeah, there's, where it snaps in, this hole's bigger than this hole. So and then this is small, and then it gets wider here as it notches in to fit those. And this one's off center. Hopefully the rest of these aren't like that either. No, the rest of these are pretty, you know, it sits in there kind of nice. But this one I gotta chew away this inner plate. I'm kind of using L jack. What's your allergies? I'm kind of letting that barrel, sanding barrel, ride on the lip already existing on the other ones to help guide how deep I want to go. I hope this is doing it. So that's something to keep in mind, because you might be able to fix that when you glue it, because there's nothing up here. You just saw me just dab a little glue. I might have been able to push that in a line. I don't know. Like I said, there's two big, you know, right there you can see them, 1, 2, 3, 4 pegs that I don't think it's going to let that push. But yeah, that's off, and that's why it's got the bad seam out here. It's this much here is that much in the way. What we'll do is, alright, so I'll use this to clean it out. It might work a lot better. That worked, I think, a lot better. That was the ticket. Problem solved. Alright, now that's facing forward. Okay, so I have the right leg on. Now, hopefully we don't run into that anywhere else. This one might be. No, we tried this one already. It fits pretty good, doesn't it? Kinda. No, she popped. Okay, last two legs. Pretty self-explanatory. Do a dry fit, make sure everything's looking tight. And snap in nice. Dry fit, make everything sure everything's tight. Yeah, those are going to get together good. Get rid of that. There she is. Now can we get her in some type of standing pose? Then usually if one's forward, if you think about like an elephant, and that's basically, I think, what they base this walk off of. I don't know. Like I said, I gotta look at poses, but it's out of camera, and she's definitely got a massive lean. A little more sense. These always are, their ankles are kind of, yeah. But there she is. I don't know if you can see her. Legs are on, so that's where we're going to leave it, since my other camera It's unusual for it to have that little bend, but it's together. And like I said, I can still fit that in and snap that on. Now notice that it's not, I don't think it's supposed to cover that whole rear end. Okay. No, it is supposed to show. Okay. I wasn't sure if this cover piece is supposed to cover that tube, but no, it's supposed to show some of it. I'm very happy, and I'm very happy with the size. It's actually a kind of a nice size. It's, you know, big but not too big. But there we go. That was putting the legs together. What we do, the legs and the whole leg assembly. I don't know what you call those things, cylinders underneath, but yeah. She's looking good, folks. So until next time, thanks for watching.